Alright guys, this is going to be a short video, but I've noticed a lot lately in the forums and then on groups on Facebook where you have these guys come in and they'll ask a legit question. They'll ask a question about concealed carry laws or open carry laws, and I live in the state of Washington and I read these laws all the time. Now, I'm not a lawyer, so don't take my advice for anything. I'll post the laws for Washington State and I'll put a link in the description and you guys can read them for yourself. And if you still have questions, contact a lawyer. That's going to be your best bet. But what I see is these people offer advice. Now, like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but there's some things that are pretty common sense. In Washington State, you're allowed to open carry. And from what I've read, you can't open carry a loaded handgun in your car without a concealed weapons permit. Okay? So that's about all I know. Now, there's a lot of people who have said some really weird things. Like, they'll say, well, you can open carry, but you can't have a round loaded in the chamber. To me, I'm like, really? Because the definition of loaded, and you can look it up, I'll post the link for the RCW codes for Washington State, is that even if you have a loaded magazine inside the weapon, that's still considered a loaded firearm. So the whole thing about not having a loaded chamber doesn't make any sense, because the definition of loaded, you're still technically having a loaded firearm. Now, people might argue with me and say, well, it's illegal, blah, blah, blah. I've read the codes. If I get arrested, it'll be on me. So I tell people, hey, do your research, and then if you're right, fight it out in court. Another buddy of mine said that his friend or cop buddy, or he talked to a cop, said to him, in the state of Washington, if you open carry and you're in your vehicle, you have to put your pistol unloaded, and you have to have 3 steps to be able to retrieve that pistol. So it has to be like locked in a box, taken apart with a trigger lock, I guess. I don't know. So there's 3 steps you have to do to get to it. I don't know. That made no sense, but nowhere in the RCW codes does it say that you have to have that. And also, from talking to other people, police are probably the worst people to get advice from on laws. There's so many laws out there, and the thing is, if you go and you read your laws and understand them, you'll have a better understanding of what you need to do in case something like that happens. And then I have a concealed weapons permit, and I carry with a round loaded in the chamber, and I had a concealed carry pistol when I went to my brother's house. Now, my brother's brother-in-law was there, but the brother-in-law had a friend that was there too, and the friend was asking me questions about my gun, and so I took it out to show him. I unloaded it and everything, safe direction, unloaded it, let him check it out, and he's like, oh, you carry with a round in the chamber? He's like, isn't that illegal? He's like, my buddy's friend who's a cop said it's illegal to carry with a round in the chamber. I'm like, again? Really? I'm like, this is the second time now I've heard about carrying a round loaded in a chamber. I'm like, I have a concealed weapons permit. I can carry with a loaded firearm. And I told him you can do it open carry. I just said it gets real iffy when you start carrying in a vehicle. That's the part that gets a lot of people. And I'm not even going to comment on what I think about the laws on open carry or concealed carry in a vehicle, because that's up for you guys to go find out on your own. But like I said, this is for Washington State. But really, the main purpose of this video is I want to read what you guys have encountered where people have said something about a law that was just ridiculous. And you're like, that doesn't even make sense. You know? Like the guy who said you can't carry around in the chamber. Even I'm like, so if I had a revolver, I could just leave it on an empty chamber, and when I pull the trigger on double action, I'll still have a round fire. I mean, it doesn't make no sense with what that guy said. So, because the firearm is still loaded. But those are pretty much the only ones I've heard of. It's just really funny. But let me know what you guys think. I like to read your stories and comment below, and I think it'll be a good topic to talk about and discuss. But you know, some states are different, but I'm just going off of Washington State, and I hope to see your guys' comments, and yeah. Oh, also, before the video ends, Springfield XDS 9mm, got the review coming out really soon. I'm just trying to finish it up. I've just been kind of lazy lately, so you'll see that video coming out very soon in the near future. And well, I'll talk to you guys later.